chocolate chip cookie recipe. Nestle Tall House. Secret family recipe. Okay, so we start with 2 1/4 cups flour. One, 2, and 1/4. Okay, next is 1 teaspoon baking soda and 1 teaspoon salt. One teaspoon. One teaspoon salt. I think a half teaspoon fits in there, so I'll do 2 of these. No, that doesn't fit either. It's okay. I think it fit in when these used to be all cardboard. Okay, 1 teaspoon salt. Okay. Okay, so that is the dry ingredients. That's the dry ingredients, and we'll whisk that together for about a minute to make sure all the salt and baking soda gets mixed up with the flour. Okay, so this is all ready. I mixed it for a little over a minute, so it's all mixed. Okay, so now we take 2 sticks of butter at room temperature. It is cold here. It's 14 degrees outside. We live in a really old house, and it's just sometimes hard to heat up when it's so cold outside. We don't have any problems when it's like a normal temperature, but 14 degrees, it's just like the heat goes out through the bricks and the windows, and it's just a little chilly inside. I have my layers on. I mean, it's not unbearable, but it's still pretty chilly. Okay, so in the butter, we're going to cream it with the sugar. So we'll start with the white sugar. We put 3/4 cup. 3/4 cup white sugar. 1, 2, 3. This is the 1/4 cup measuring. So before I put in the brown sugar, I like to cream it just a little bit to kind of get it going, to make sure there's no lumps. This is what I've always done, so I'll do it this way for you. So in a couple of minutes, you'll see this really nicely blended. I think this step is really important so you don't have a lumpy bake. Cookies, it maybe doesn't make such a difference, but if you're making any kind of cake, you want to make sure that sugar gets creamed into whatever you got, cream cheese, butter, shortening, or whatever your butter ingredient is. All right, there, that looks really good. Look at that. Now I'll put the brown sugar in. It's the same amount of brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar. It is 3/4 cup. And that's packed, the brown sugar packed. 1, 2, 3. And that was a 1/4 cup measuring. So we do the same thing. We just cream the butter into the brown sugar. So the sugar is all creamed into the butter. So now we put 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. That's the liquid. These are the eggs from our ladies, our chickens out back. If you haven't seen any videos of our chickens, I have them posted. Look back on the channel and you can see the hens pooping and our beautiful ladies. There are 4 of them now, and they give us about 1 to 2 eggs a day, which is great. Break the yolks and just start stirring. Okay, so the butter, sugar, vanilla, and eggs are all creamed together. So we're going to add the flour mixture in thirds. So here's about 1/3 of it. Let's mix that. Okay, you can add the next third. And now it's time to add the chocolate chips. The whole bag in, and then mix. Okay, now it's ready. These are drop cookies, so you just drop them onto the cookie sheet and then bake them. So we preheat the oven to 375. All right, and by the time we get the drops on the pan, this will be preheated. Okay, so I just washed my hands again, and we're gonna drop the cookie dough onto the cookie sheet. You don't need to prepare the pan for these cookies, so it's perfectly fine. I'm going to use the tablespoon to measure out the cookie dough, so we get even cookies. Next, so I'll need at least 2 cookie sheets to make all the cookies, maybe 3. I'll get out the big cookie sheet next. I could make some double tablespoon ones. But when you put them in to bake, they should all be relatively the same size, so it's the same cooking time. You leave it in there the same time. All right, one more row after this. And then we could put it in the oven. Even those out a little bit. There they are, ready for the oven. Okay, hold on. Chocolate chips on that one. Okay. That's the first batch.